In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good day, Josh fans. I'm here with Twirl, Josh's personal Twirl. Twirl, come on, it makes sense. She doesn't think so either. But, yeah, Twirl for you. We're welcoming you back on my birthday today. And tomorrow is Wrestlemania. Big set of events coming up. We've been trying for the last few years to try and return to the new season, beginning around Wrestlemania season, and looks like we actually accomplished it this year.
Finally.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought that was a key in. My bad. It happens, you know, lots of rehearsals. Okay, no rehearsals for this, but whatever. I might have to throw in some text later about missing something. You'll understand in a bit. But yeah, so this is a quick little sit-down. So you know what you have in store. This isn't going to be a lot of stuff for the return show, and for that I apologize. We're going to mainly be focusing on the big deal, which is Wrestlemania tomorrow. Well, actually, it's not tomorrow right now, but when you're seeing this, it'll be tomorrow. Understanding of filming. Yeah. So, since a lot's happened since our previous, recordings, new sets, new everything, new department in the Josh says, with costuming and wardrobe. Always, great fun. But, so to discuss some stuff going on that we've missed, we touched on a bit of the new arrivals per Twirl's questions in the dev blog, and my fondness for Emma. What's not to love? Seriously. We're going to talk about a few of the other things. WWE Network launch, making WWE far more accessible to all age ranges. Recently, in the WrestleMania press conference, John Cena discussed how now new generations of children are going to be able to see, all the things Hulk Hogan did, what Hulk Hogan was, whereas there was a whole generation that missed out on it in this time away. Which is true. Our kids alone enjoy the fact that they can see a lot of the older stuff. Surprisingly, my little dork boy, Aiden, otherwise known as Lamus, he absolutely loves seeing a lot of these older things. Doesn't care who's wrestling, just as long as they're wrestling, and he enjoys it, which is nice. He's actually got the true fan thing down.
Yes, he does. He lives, eats, breathe, sleeps, wrestles.
Eat, sleep, conquer, repeat. Oh, no, sorry, that's somebody else.
Yeah.
Eat, sleep, conquer, repeat. Eat, sleep, conquer, repeat. Eat, sleep, conquer the streak. Sorry, that is catchy. I saw a video promo on that watching some NXT last night.
Yeah.
And watching the WrestleMania today, which was actually Thursday, which I watched this morning, because today's actually Friday. Shh, don't tell anybody, remember, it's Saturday. And they they showed some of the video packages, and I love some of the WrestleMania video packages they've been doing, with the acoustic versions of I Walk Alone, the acoustic version of Voices. That stuff's really cool. I guess they couldn't do an acoustic Flight of the Valkyrie, huh?
No, you just have to take the rock edge off from it and make it back to the classical that it was.
Or, well, no, you can give it an acoustic guitar playing, I suppose. Alright, if you're a Josh fan, and you're out there, and you play acoustic guitar, I want you to learn how to play Fight of the Valkyries on an acoustic guitar, record it, and send it to me. I will not give you any money, though I can make you think I will. I will give you 100% of all profits made off these videos. There. Loophole. But yeah, I love those. Those have been awesome. It's been a nice little change of pace on things. I Walk Alone does sound pretty cool acoustic.
Well, yeah.
Voices wasn't bad either. We saw that the other night watching Slam City.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, that's right. I checked out Slam City. It was cute. They got kids. They liked it. Their mother even liked it. And, you know, up until recently, she hasn't really watched much wrestling outside of this past year, where she's been more involved in it. She watched Wrestlemania last year with us, watched a couple key pay-per-views throughout the year, watched SummerSlam. An avid Triple H fan became beyond upset when Triple H screwed the man she didn't like going into SummerSlam out of the WWE Championship.
Yeah, she was very, very irritated.
My mom did not like Daniel Bryan. She made fun of him nonstop, couldn't stand him. Then she saw him wrestle John Cena, her beloved John Cena, and she had to admit that I was right. But, yeah. So, and then, of course, this year's capped off a lot of younger talent taking up more of the spotlight in the Wyatts, the Shield. You know, Big E hasn't been doing too bad himself. He's had a number of matches with former world champions.
Yeah.
He's, you know, they're just struggling sort of to keep him relevant. That's the only downside.
Trying to keep giving face time.
Well, I'll get into him some later when we talk about the Battle Royal, which we'll be getting to shortly. Anything you want to add about returning, or are you just going to play the role of a good twirl and sit there and smile and agree with everything I say?
Exactly.
Good woman. That is a good woman. Would you like to handle introducing what we got coming up next?
We have some... Yeah, just fuck it all up.
You realize I'm not editing any of these pieces, so you just admit to the camera you fucked up it all up.
Oh, well, I'm a girl, I'm not supposed to be able to talk, I'm just supposed to sit here and look pretty.
Well, you should know, because they involve things that came from your body.
Well, yeah, I know. You went around and you interviewed the other staff members, the younger ones, to see what their choices were.
And that is next.
Alright, Josh Maniac, number one fan of the Josh, understandable. I mean, if I wasn't the Josh, I'd be the number one fan of him too. Question number 1, who wins the Andre the Giant Battle Royal? An answer would be appreciative.
Andre the Giant?
He's not in it. Memorial Battle Royal, he's dead. You got Biggie Langston, Big Show, Ryback, Curtis Axel. No, I'm sorry, Ryback and Curtis Axel are in the Fatal 4-Way tag match for the tag titles. You got basically all the stars that aren't in matches.
Big Show?
That's who your pick is? Okay. That's the internet's pick, too. Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Championship. You have the Usos defending the titles against Ryback, Curtis Axel, and Ryback. The Real Americans, Cesaro and Jack Swagger. And Los Matadores.
The Real Americans?
Smart kid. That's who I want to see win. Alright, let's see. We have the Divas Invitational one fall to a finish match. All 13 WWE Divas fighting over AJ Lee's Women's Divas Championship. Who comes out the Divas Champion?
AJ?
You think AJ's going to retain? Okay, that's good. Next, we have Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. The Streak versus the Beast. Is it going to be Eat, Sleep, Conquer the Streak, or is it going to be 22-0? Ryback's not in the match. Brock Lesnar and the Undertaker.
Brock Lesnar.
You think Brock Lesnar is going to end the streak? Okay, if you say so. Up next, we have Triple H versus Daniel Bryan. The winner gets placed into the main event to make it a triple threat for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Is it going to be time to play the game, or is it all about the yes?
Yes.
Going with Daniel Bryan, okay. Let's see, what other matches might I be missing here? Oh, 6-man tag match. The Shield take on Corporate Kane and the Corporate Outlaws. Who wins?
Okay, so the Outlaws?
You think the Shield are going to lose to Kane and the Outlaws?
Oh, wait, no, Kane.
Kane is part of the team. Kane and the Outlaws are taking on the Shield. You think the Shield's going to lose?
No, Shield.
Okay. Well, we got both. I guess she's going with both options, just in case she's wrong the first time. What do you think?
I would love to see
Oh, it doesn't matter what you think. All right. Now, for, I believe that's all the matches. Let's double check with Twirl since she's the one that, is supposed to be keeping track. Did we miss anything?
Off the top of my head.
What about Lamus? Do you think we missed anything?
No.
Okay.
Not that I can recall.
Hey, Lamus, who's going to win the tag match? Usos? Do you think the Usos are going to win? You're not my son anymore. I'm just kidding. Okay, how about Brock Lesnar and Taker? Who you going with?
Undertaker.
Alright, I am too, because it's The Undertaker. And he doesn't lose at Mania, and if he does, it can't be the Lesnar. But probably will be, maybe it won't be, who knows? Alright, how about The Shield versus The Shield versus Kane and the Corporate Outlaws? Who's winning?
King.
Kane and the Outlaws are beating The Shield? Alright, if that's what you think. Divas match, you going with AJ too? Because I believe I heard you talking AJ over here in the corner.
Yeah.
Alright, Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Who's winning that?
Big Show.
Big Show? Okay. Alright, Triple H and Daniel Bryan. Who's getting the win?
Ready.
Triple H, you mean?
Yeah.
You think Triple H is beating Daniel Bryan? Yeah, he probably will. That's the sad part. Alright, and now you can go stand next to Josh Maniac number 1, Lamus.
Main event.
Yeah, I know. That's all I haven't done yet. I wanted to make sure I had everything else done. Alright, Bray Wyatt versus John Cena, the Monster of the Legacy. Who's coming out the victor? We'll start with the small fry.
You can't see me.
I wish I couldn't see you, but unfortunately I can. How about you?
Bray Wyatt.
That's my girl. That's my girl. Now, the triple threat WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. It's going to be either Batista, Randy Orton, Triple H, or Daniel Bryan that walks out with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. You think Daniel Bryan is going to beat Triple H. You think Triple H is going to beat Daniel Bryan. That means there's 4 possible choices between the two of you. First, who do you think is going to win? Who's leaving WrestleMania 30, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? You tell me now.
Daniel Bryan.
Alright, and ironically, nobody picked the 2 people that were in the match to begin with. How about you, Jay? You think it's going to be a Daniel Bryan night?
Tell him, Jay.
You got some yes for me?
Yeah.
And how about you, Twirl's older sister?
Yeah.
She believes so too. And Twirl will get your opinion later. I've been Josh, and this has been
We do. Alright, so we're moving on to the next part. This is the important predictions. These are the ones that you need to know. This is the biggest answer to the biggest question. Finally been asked, and it will finally be answered. And what is that question?
What does the Josh say?
Exactly. Before we get into this, I do want to make a bit of an announcement. On the website, coming up as soon as next week, possibly sooner, depending on when time becomes available, I'm going to take a page out of a former KAF Productions video member, Brian Bessia, or I think someone called him B Styles at one time. I don't remember exactly. But Brian, I think it's Bessia, maybe it's Becky, I don't know. He did the Who Would Win in the Fight Club stuff with people from video games. Well, I'm going to take a page out of the old school WWE magazines when they were still WWF, and some now while they're still WWE, and I'm going to do a fantastical Fight Club. It's going to be anybody from wrestling history. Any 2 people, any 2 teams, any 2 factions. It doesn't matter. It's going to come from you, the audience, my fellow staff writers, basically everybody but me, and then I'm going to sit down and I'm going to dissect the two opposing parties, and we're going to decide who will win in that fight. That's going to be the Josh Says Fantastical Fight Club. That's right, I had to go with fantastical because it sounds so much better than fantasy. We're going to have that on the website. You can expect it soon. So start sending in your your choices. See what's up. Alright, now, on to the important part. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to let you begin taking the lead here as we discuss the biggest event of the wrestling world.
WrestleMania 30. That going 30 years.
Yeah. Makes me feel old.
Been around almost as long as me. Alright, so let's see what the Josh says with his prediction of who he would like to see win and who he believes will win. First match, let's go with the Divas Battle Royal. Vicky's Invitational. That's a lot of divas.
This is true. I know who I think will win, and the person I think will win is kind of, it all depends. I'm pretty sure it's the same person that I want to win. But I'd actually like to hear your opinion real quick. What are you thinking on this?
Who I would like to see win is Natalya. Who I think will win, I don't know. AJ is underhanded and sneaky, but you've also got Summer Rae. You've got Tamina, who is young, she's hungry, and...
She's not that young anymore.
Well, still.
She's a veteran like most of the other ones. Well, some of the other ones. But
So-
she's also AJ's bodyguard.
So, Tamina's been itching for a chance to get that belt.
Maybe.
Who do I think AJ's gonna retain? Or they'll give it to somebody that most people wouldn't expect. Somebody new talent.
Thank you for not spoiling my spot, because you already know who I'm picking. I discussed this with you earlier.
Yeah.
First, as a preamble, allow me to say that I feel WrestleMania 30, with the way it's been set up, the bringing of all the old talent, the new talent, everything coming together, all the history that they've been shoving down our throats again and again and again, which isn't necessarily a problem, but this year is about the new talent, the next generation. It's a passing of the torch. 30 years is a milestone, and now we're going to begin finding out who's going to be leading the way for the next 30 years. As such, I'm expecting the Divas Battle Royal to end with a newer diva winning, one way or another. I'm not 100% certain on if one of them is in there or not. I didn't look. Emma, I'm not sure if she's actually in.
I believe she was
If she
slated
is,
to be.
She's who I want to win, but I think it's going to be Summer Rae. They've done a lot with Summer Rae for the, Total Divas. She was a big part in NXT for the longest time. She's still a newer talent. She's coming a long way. And she looks like she could carry the ball for a little while. They haven't done a lot of focus on the Divas division in quite some time. Giving the title to Summer isn't really going to hurt. She could drop it a month or two down the line to Natalya or to somebody else like that. It gets to focus on the Divas Championship with the Total Divas show, which thus far they've been keeping away from. But yeah, I'm going with Summer Rae on this one.
Okay. Let's see.
Andre, we can just get that done out of the way.
Yeah, do the Andre Memorial Battle Royal.
Again, I don't know exactly everybody that's in this. I guess there's supposed to be 3 surprise entrants.
Yeah, they haven't released everybody. If I would have thought, I would have because I had almost everybody, but I didn't memorize it. I know Mark Henry, Big Show.
Ryback and Axel were in it, but they got taken out.
They got taken out for...
Yeah, we didn't touch on that, the pre-show match. I'd like to start with that.
Because I honestly didn't realize that that's where it was placed, was pre-show.
Yes.
And that was 4-way for the tag.
We'll wait and get to that when we might as well finish the battle royal working on it.
I believe even Rey Mysterio.
Yes. Basically, everybody was involved in the Piper's Pit segment.
Yeah.
And then 3 additional people. Maybe Roddy Piper will be one of the 3.
That would be, but it would be funny if
I think I saw an off-camera thumbs up for that.
If they did take and put in Arnold.
Oh, please.
And Joe.
No, please.
I'm just saying, don't put it past them. Not saying, or they may do what everybody's been claiming was saying.
WWE's been trying to make us believe, and some other people in WWE have been trying to make us believe that these 3 surprise entrants are going to be big things, like Sting supposedly making his entrance, or CM Punk returning to enter the Andre the Battle Royal. First, to answer that, let me just say this: Punk fans out there, he does not care. He's not coming back. He hates you. End of story.
Maybe they'll bring in a couple of NXT guys.
That would be great. Especially if it's Zayn who's supposed to be
That's
on
what I
the
was going to say. Maybe it'll be one of them's Tommy Zayn.
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn, excuse me.
It's hard to find good help around here.
I'll remember that.
Huh?
Yeah.
So who's your pick on the Battle Royal?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter what your pick is. So you're saying?
Do you want me to slap you on camera?
That would not go over well. I'd hate to have to power drive
Alright.
you through the announce table.
Alrighty then. I honestly don't know. Maybe, I don't know, let's say Mark Henry. I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm saying I would like to see it be Big E Langston. It looks like it's probably going to be Big Show, like it was tailor-made for Big Show. But it all depends on how things play out through it. Big E's who I think should win it. Again, nod to the future. He's one of the future faces of the company. He's, he gets along great with a lot of people in the backstage. Everything I read indicates he's very humble backstage. He's not, he's a student of the game, a lot like Triple H used to be back in the day. Not saying that Big E's ever going to be a multi-time world champion of that caliber or anything of that nature, but he's one of the faces of the future, plain and simple. Much like the Shield or the Wyatts or they're all faces of the future. So I think I'll pull us back to the pre-show now. We got the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Championship match, Ryback versus the Real Americans, the Usos, and Los Matadores. Sans the bullshit. I mean the Little Bull, because he's not in the match. No El Torito.
Yeah.
Gordita or Chalupa. Torito Chalupa. Penny de Gabea. Well, no, that was actually Torito, but whatever. Toro, Penny de Toro. Anyway, what's your choice on the match?
Much as I hate one half.
Okay, Real Americans, great choice. I love that. That's who I'm going with. They better win. If not, we, the people, will just deal with it and move on because that's what we do.
Okay, let's go Shield versus Kane.
The corporate side versus the Shield. The Hounds of Injustice against the corporate machine. Your thoughts?
I'm gonna have to go with the Shield.
Of course you are. You have like a major female hard-on for Roman Reigns. It's okay, I understand.
Wah.
It's whatever. Yeah, I'm thinking the Shield too. Again, this is the year of the newcomers, the new faces, the next generation of WWE stars. Yes, that was a bit of a pun if you listened to it properly. If you didn't, well then, whatever. You're useless. This isn't you, it's everybody. Okay, maybe it's you too, because you're part of everybody. Not saying you're nobody, because you're not nobody. You're somebody, therefore you're part of everybody. Indeed. Yes, Shield, all the way. What's next?
Bray Wyatt versus Cena.
There's no question who this guy is picking. What are your thoughts?
Do you have to ask?
Well, duh, I just did.
Seriously?
Well, the question has to be asked before an answer can be given.
Bray Wyatt.
That's who you think's going to win or who you want to win?
That's who I want to win. Who I think, I don't know, I still say Bray Wyatt.
I'm thinking and wanting the same thing, but sometimes I think what I want and I don't always get what I want, which is a shame because I should. Especially on my birthday, damn it. I want Bray Wyatt to win, hands down. The man deserves that chance to cement a future. John Cena has been notoriously known for being the guy that ends all, be all for new pushes, new talent. They hit Cena and that's it, especially with the heels. That's not necessarily his fault. It's the way it's been booked. But I want to see a change of pace. Bray Wyatt needs to put down Cena. It doesn't have to be a permanent put down for Cena. It has to be a matter of Cena getting pinned, beaten, clean by some new young talent. And since, like I said, this is the year of the newbies. It's the new generation. No pun intended there with the legacy. Legacy of John Cena, legacy, it's the new day, it's new generation. Okay, yeah. If you're not following, you're not worthy of being awesome. That's why I am. Yeah. Whatever. We'll move on because apparently Anyway.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you good?
Yes, we'll just go. Come on. Andale arriba.
Daniel Bryan versus Triple H.
Your thoughts?
Unfortunately,
We got some off-camera figures too.
Unfortunately, I really, really, really want him to win, but I don't think he's gonna. Unfortunately, because that man really deserves it. He is amazing.
Well, let's see. Do I think Daniel Bryan should win the match with Triple H? There's a very simple answer to that. Yes. Do I think Daniel Bryan should go on and be the WWE World Heavyweight Championship by the end of the night? Yes. But does it matter what I think? Well, yes. But not to, the WWE. Here's the thing about all of this. Triple H pointedly pointed out on Raw a couple weeks back, calling this the reality era, and the reality of the situation being that Triple H, as he put it, has the power to walk out the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 30, and he does. That's what was interesting, that he actually went that route of pointing that out. I can, if I so choose. Now the question here is going to be, is Triple H going to? Now, on this subject of Triple H and Daniel Bryan, I know there's been a lot of speculation on the internet about, well, not necessarily speculation, but debate over a memo released, how the WWE felt that working with Triple H at WrestleMania was a big deal, Triple H included. Well, of course he thinks that. But, in all honesty, it's true. How many current WWE superstars can say they have legitimately fought and defeated Triple H?
Only a handful.
John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista. That's it.
The Miz.
I do not recall The Miz
The
wrestling
Miz.
Triple H.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Sorry, my mistake. You're right.
Thanks. So yeah. They're essentially, again, this is what I mean about passing on the torch, the new generation. Triple H is still from that old guard. Triple H and The Undertaker, the last two. They talked about this a lot, not that long ago. They are the last two of that old guard, of the pre-Attitude Era WWE, into the Attitude Era WWE. They are the last two. There is no more. So yeah, fighting Triple H at WrestleMania isn't like fighting The Undertaker at WrestleMania, but you're fighting one of the last men of the Attitude Era. One of the co-founders of D-Generation X, the son-in-law to the most powerful man in wrestling. It is important, storyline-wise, and what it represents. Now, yes, I really want Daniel Bryan to win. Do I think there's a very strong chance Triple H is going to? Yes. Do I think there's a strong chance it's going to end in a dusty finish where no one wins and no one loses? Yes. I think everything about this match, anything and anything could really happen, and I'm hoping for a Daniel Bryan. I'm hoping we get our big payoff and we end the show happy. But as long as we keep getting upset and keep pushing for Daniel Bryan to get the spotlight and him not getting it and then being teased again, the more we'll keep doing it. So, I mean, it's just a matter of that. And then there's the matter of what Triple H brought up before. Say Daniel Bryan wins. Say Daniel Bryan leaves WrestleMania 30 with the title. How long before the fans drop him? It happens to everybody. It happened to CM Punk. It happened to John Cena when John Cena was the big thing with even the internet smarts and the people on the interwebs who thought they knew everything. And then he wasn't. CM Punk went from being the best in the world to the most annoying in the world. We're fickle, and that's the problem. So, one way or another, WrestleMania is not going to be great for Daniel Bryan. Either he's not going to win the belt and figures the phone will ring in the middle, he's not going to win the belt, or he's going to win the belt and he's going to get dropped afterwards. Excuse me, Twirl will entertain you for now.
Oh, I get to entertain you while he talks on the phone. He is right, though. Triple H, this match is going to be big.
Okay.
It can go either way. Anything can happen. When it comes down to it, we're probably going to walk away feeling
I will see you soon.
kind of upset. Maybe it's hard to tell.
And I will see you shortly.
My opinion is, though, that Triple H will more than likely walk out with the championship.
I have no idea what you were just talking about. So I'm back. What are you talking about?
I was reiterating.
Okay. What matches do we got left?
We have Brock Lesnar and
Taker.
Undertaker. Taker's gonna take it.
I wouldn't be necessarily surprised on the Lesnar aspect, just because it would piss off a lot of people, and I love pissing people off.
hate him.
You know, most people do. So we're unanimous on Undertaker, though I wouldn't mind Brock just to piss people off. And I think the Taker streak needs to end.
I agree with that. We have the main event.
That's it. Okay, well, that's going to depend on a number of things. I find it interesting on the internet that nobody seems to think Randy Orton's walking out with the belt. There's thoughts of Batista, there's thoughts of Triple H, there's thoughts of Daniel Bryan, but nobody even once thinks about Randy Orton. Except for my friend Jason, who we talked to on the bus today.
Yeah. It's a possibility with Randy, but
And I'm guessing you're thinking and going with Daniel here.
Yeah.
I'm noticing that every time someone picks who's winning between Bryan and Triple H, they pick the same person to win the main event. And I'm also going with Bryan.
Batista's he needs to just turn around, take his skinny jeans, and walk the hell back out the door.
He only owns one pair of skinny jeans. He talked about that in the press conference. And he thinks it's funny, as he put it, that his skinny jeans have their own tweeter. And then he would talk to himself on and off camera. It's interesting, I guess. And everyone thinks he stole the show. I think he was an idiot. Well, I suppose that covers everything. Join us again at thejoshsays.com. Probably we'll go the day after WrestleMania, because when WrestleMania comes to an end, we'll have our panel discussing everything that happened and our thoughts. And by the time it gets actually uploaded to the internet, because Verizon Internet sucks, we'll probably be closer to the 7th in the morning. Really early though, so by the time you get up for work, because you're going to have to and you know you don't want to, or get up to get your kids ready for school, get up just that little bit earlier and you watch the JoshSays.com video exclusive WrestleMania post panel. You'll love it. If you don't, then you'll get a foot in the ass, I suppose. Thank you very much for your time. Come back. We'll see us again. And, check the website. Check the Twitter, as Batista would put it. Check everything. Just keep checking. Search the Josh. Search hashtag WWTJS. Search whatever the hell you want. Just make sure it's about me, because if it's not, it doesn't matter.